Normally we laugh at gender politics idiocy like the ABC story paid for by you that uses the phrase people with a penis rather than simply men in discussing erections and sex. But this time it's motherhood that's being wiped out. It's the Australian National University's Gender Institute going wild, issuing a handbook to supposedly make us more inclusive by excluding concepts like mother. Yes, it says words like mother should be replaced with gestational or birthing parent, and father should be replaced with non-gestational or non-birthing parent. Now, is this just more nonsense to laugh at, or is there something more? Joining me is the author of what I thought was a very thoughtful piece today on this in the Daily Telegraph, columnist Louise Roberts, is also the editor of Smart Daily. Louise, thank you so much for joining me. What is your problem with this motherhood statement, this fatwa on the word mother?
Good to see you, Andrew. Well, it is a fatwa on mother. We've all had mothers. That's why we're here, let's face it. And I do feel that critics have been circling around the concept of motherhood for some time now. I mean, last week we had the attack on Mother of the Year. That was non-inclusive, that was exclusive, it was discriminating against people who weren't mothers. And this week we have this crazy gender sort of diktat from the university saying that you can't call fathers fathers, they're non-birthing partners. So that would obviously apply to you, Andrew, as well. You can't call someone a mother, they're a gestational partner, that's me, for example. And you could argue that it is ludicrous, it's crazy, it's not relevant to the ordinary person in the street. But the issue is that if you believe that the behaviour we walk past is the behaviour we condone, we really have to call out this sort of craziness. It's becoming so political and becoming so endemic in society that it gets to the point where my children ask me, is it wrong to call someone a mother or a father? Then we know they really have jumped the shark. It's just gone too far.
So it seems to me it wants to destroy the idea that there is something unique about being a mother, that, I don't know, anyone can give birth. Do you think that in celebrating the concept of motherhood that you are excluding people, making them feel terrible?
Of course not. And that was the issue with the story last week about the Barnardos charity, is that any caregiver is delighted that a mother is being recognised for the work that she does. I mean, a mother is the epitome of selflessness, someone who devotes her life to raising a child. Nobody's got an issue with that. And I think this guidebook for lecturers and students is extremely patronising, not only to the lecturers who would assume understand young people and any issues they have, mental health issues, gender identity issues and so forth, but it's very patronising to us as ordinary Australians who don't have an issue with any type of family, as long as it's a happy family and one where everyone is thriving, then there's no problem. So to assume that because we identify as a father or a mother and we're therefore offensive is crazy.
Look, I know that there's a lot of idealisation of motherhood and all that kind of thing, and, you know, the iconic image in Christianity of Mary and all that kind of stuff. I know that. But I don't mind that in one sense, because when you set up an ideal, hopefully you're encouraging lots of people to live up to it.
Well, exactly. You're creating a role model scenario, and you ask any mother or father for that matter, none of us feel we're perfect. We all feel we're still very much a work in progress. We're just doing our best. But what we're not looking for is to offend people. We're looking to do our job as parents as most effectively as we can. So to sort of lump us in the basket that we are, offensive it's a waste of time. And how much money has gone into this sort of research as well? I did see exactly, the ANU have kind of distanced themselves since the whole thing has blown up in the last 24 hours. But, there's clearly some cash that's gone towards doing this type of research. And who does it benefit? All it does is cause division. And if you think,
who does it benefit? It benefits exactly the in-tribe in these universities, because they have a language code and they can tell who's one of them by who ticks all the boxes and says all the right words in the right order, and who's excluded and therefore, of a lesser status. That's what it is. It's just the code. Louise Roberts, thank you so much indeed for your time.
Thank you, Andrew. Good to see you.